Hello, welcome to FreddyCanFlyRC.com. Hello, and welcome to FreddyCanFlyRC.com. In today's video, we're doing something very amazing. We've got the new Gaui NX-7 Nitro 700 class machine, and we're going to be doing an out-of-the-box review. Now, in my experiences as a pilot, in the longevity that I've been in this hobby, there's a lot of nice machines out there, but those Gauis, those things are sweet. Me as a kid, I've literally dreamed of having a Gaui of my own. I've done a couple builds, and it was hard to give them back to the owners, I'll tell you that much. So, we got the Gaui NX-7, came in the door today. I just signed for it. And what we're going to do is a quick, as I said, out-of-the-box review. So let's take a look at how it comes pre-packaged. We'll go over the quality and the parts and everything of that nature. And then we'll try to, at the end of the video, do a little bit of some flight clips of it in action. Okay, so let's go ahead and break the seal on the box and let's get into it. Alrighty, so there she is. That is the box that it came in. Now this is a big box. I mean, in the Align T-Rex 700 Nitro, the box is a little bit smaller. And so I'm pretty stoked about it. I won't lie to you guys, I've already taken a peek inside. Just because my childness couldn't allow me to wait any longer. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box here. Sorry, like I said, this is a big box. Now, a quick disclaimer here, my kit, I purchased it with, it actually came with the Halo blades, and so I know they sell the kits that come without blades, mains and tails, okay. So what we're going to do first is let's go ahead and I'll pull this out, and we'll take a look at this on the bench and see what comes inside the back portion of the box. Okay, so we've got the contents of basically the tail package out, and of course, I mean, this is standard stuff here, but we've got the tail. It seems to be a metal one, not a carbon fiber. The boom inside, of course, the Gaui comes with these. The NX-7 comes with these really sweet red metal anodized parts. Kind of gives it that red, chrome, and black look, which I'm the biggest fan of. Got our boom supports. Now, again, guys, the package I got had the Halo blades with it. You can provide separate, you know, rails, aligns, whatever. But I've actually never tried out Halo blades, and I won't lie, I am pretty damn excited to do so. So we got the Halo branded blades here, very nicely packaged. I did do an inspection. I haven't gotten them out of the wrappers yet, but it comes with the shims and everything just in case. But everything looks to be like it's damage-free. So well packaged, okay. Now, of course, that's kind of the most boring box, you know, not too much going on in there. In this particular build, not that it is relevant to the video, but I'll be using the OS91 Speed 3D motor. I'll be using the Power Boost pipe. For my LiPo packs, I use the Pulse 2550s. They work really good. I got my Align Tune one, my Icon with my Bluetooth module because I am an Apple fanatic and I want to be able to use my Apple devices. And then I'm actually just using my Align servos that I've got here. We're using 615s and the 655 for the rudder, okay. So that's kind of going to be my setup in this bad boy. And then, of course, just my cool Spectrum Red Edition DX7. So, okay, let's take a look at the next box. I'm going to get the second largest box in there, not the one with the canopy, but the one with all the main rotor and components. Okay, and so underneath all of the boxes also there was the main frames, which I wanted to make sure that we took a look at as well. Now, these frames are freaking huge. Again, this is a 700 class machine. And this thing is like bigger than the 800 frames. I mean, it's gigantic. When you do a direct side-by-side comparison with like the Align 700, I mean, again, the frames are stretched in certain ways and angles that it's bigger. This thing is just huge. And I really like, you can tell like the precision cutouts, like how it's got these lips for when you're mounting things. Everything just looks great, and then it's really cool too because for anything that's going into metal, it looks like they've got these little metal inlays that are embedded into the frames. So I mean, they did not spare any expenses with this kit. Everything looks like it is absolutely top quality, no corners cut, and I am just excited. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the next items in the box. Okay, so again, here we go. We've got the smaller of the two boxes fully unboxed. Now I'm going to tell you guys this, okay, because I haven't had or built one of these machines before, okay? When I opened that box and I seen this freaking main gear, I almost fell over sideways. This main gear is so huge. I mean, it trumps any other main gear I've ever seen. For example, look, I mean, the diameter of it, I mean, here's my hand, for God's sakes. And I know I'm a little guy, but there's my hand, right? In a line 700 size gear is probably like maybe the inner diameter of this. So this thing is huge. I mean, this is just the biggest freaking main gear I've ever seen, and it's fantastic. I'm so excited about that. Of course, they got the head packaged up, and again, like we talked about, they got the cool red anodized metal parts. This one does have the center bearing support, kind of like the teeter-totter head block, if you will. And I love that design from Gaui. It gives you a really smooth, crisp dampening system. It's fantastic. And so we've got the tail set up here, and again, Gaui's tail systems are they're just amazing. They're smooth, they're precise, got the cool red anodized metal, and I love just the overall style of it. And then we got some frame parts, the clutch assembly, fuel tank, which this fuel tank I'm pretty excited to use in the manner that it's got the cross mounting section that holds the tank in, but also it's mounted directly under the center of gravity, so right under the main shaft. So we'll really see how that affects the actual overall flight as the fuel tank starts to lose fuel. Boom support's pretty standard stuff. It looks like you've got your hardware bag here, so the hardware pieces don't come in the parts, they come in a hardware bag. We've got our fan shroud and our fan. Of course, our blade folding grip, some zip ties, a little bit of extra parts. And so looks like that's all that comes in that bag. Let's go ahead and take a look at the amazing canopy. Alrighty guys, now this is something I am insanely excited about. This canopy is freaking huge. It feels like an 800 or bigger size canopy. I mean, I know the wraparound feature makes it seem bigger, but when you set it next to an Align T-Rex 700 canopy, I mean, it trumps it. It's gigantic. And the paint scheme on this thing is fantastic. Of course, you got the Canopy brand on there. One of my favorite canopy companies. I fly mainly Canomod canopies, honestly. But of course, you got the wraparounds. One thing I like that's about this is they come with the little rubbers installed. Sometimes those things are a pain in the ass to put in, and you can end up putting stress cracks and stuff in the canopy when you do it if you're trying too hard, or maybe it's your first heli. So that's a really nice feature. Of course, it's a 4-point design, so it's going to connect in 4 different locations. It would have been nice to see the thumb screw design like what Goblin offers, but I'm pretty sure these are just like a pressure fit on, which is no big deal, but I do like the thumb screws, especially for nitros, because they get a lot of those vibrations. But just overall, I mean, this canopy is just gigantic, and it's just so good looking too. I mean, the front view is what gets me the most on this thing. It's so mean, very aerodynamic looking. I mean, it just looks like a monster. I mean, there's a T-Rex 700 canopy up there, and that thing is just teeny compared to this little guy, okay? So, overall, I am insanely impressed. I cannot wait to get this thing built. I cannot wait to get it up in the air, and I cannot wait to scream like a little tiny girl when I fly it. So, thank you guys so much for watching this out-of-the-box review. So far, I give this thing 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. The quality of the parts, everything looks great. The packaging is good. So we'll have to see how the build procedure goes and make our final decision and review from there. But I do know Gaui, and I have flown their machines. If anybody out there is wanting to get one, don't think about it. Just go get it. I promise you won't regret your decisions. So, thank you so much for visiting FreddyCanFlyRC.com. And remember, my friends, if Freddy can fly, so can you. Alrighty guys, so here we are. It's the big day. We're going to be doing a test flight on the Gaui NX-7. Just got done building her, fresh off the bench. No test flights yet. The motor I am using in it is broken in already, so we don't need to go through all that nonsense. Probably a little bit of minor tuning, some head speed adjustments here and there. But overall, I'm pretty damn excited. The build was fantastic. It was easy going. I did run into a couple issues here and there, and when we get back on the bench, we'll go over some of those. But for overall right now, let's go ahead and fly it. Let's enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the out-of-the-box review from FreddyCanFly.com for the Gaui NX-7. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, friends, Freddy can fly, so can you.